folks. Welcome to the closing of the Dev Summit. It's been an amazing day full of advice from some truly inspiring people. And we've been live since 9 a.m. EST and have heard from speakers across the globe. I know for some folks it was, really early and folks are joining us globally. So it's amazing. I always love this about Women Who Code events, getting to meet folks um, from different time zones, different countries, and connecting with them. That's always been awesome. And now we have Luz, our front end fellow. Hey, Luz,
Hey,
how's it going?
all good. A little bit late, but never well in time at the same time. Super excited for this amazing event. Learned a lot. So sad it's coming to an end. What about you?
Yeah, it went by really quickly, right?
Yes, yeah, definitely. We were just opening up 5 minutes ago, right, Navati?
Yeah, it feels like that. It definitely feels like that. Yeah, and amazing comments coming in. That really, really makes us feel so good. Awesome. So, I'd like to know from you folks in the audience, what is something that you learned today at the summit? So, in the meantime, Luz, maybe you can share what you've learned today.
Uh, well, lots of things today. I learned that it is possible to enhance your app security through pre-signed URLs, pre-signed cookies, pre-signed URLs. Also, I learned that there is a way, so trendy way to get into backend development through React and GraphQL. Not that it replaces the not that it replaces the current REST methods that we are familiar, but it's something that it's coming, and we need to adjust to that um, technology trend. I learned about how to make your app accessible and through a well while keeping it compliant with secure like authentication and have to rely on different technologies um, like face recognition, voice recognition to authenticate people with disabilities, which was very enlightening as well. In coming from the panel framework, we we learned that all development frameworks have their top differences in regards of scalability, runtime, that they are very similar. They have their own way, but strong features in there. But we can forge a great community with people from different backgrounds um, through mentorship, which I believe that Sierra talked about us during the morning as well. So yeah, lots of things to think about and lots of training to take on from this point forward.
Yeah, that's so true. There's so much to learn, and like you said, it's a whole learning attitude. It's inevitable. It's always something that's gonna come up, and these are some amazing comments we have. I hope this is what it would be like to be in meetings all day in the real world work environment. Yeah, to write software to help reduce carbon emissions. I really wanted to attend that session. There's so many sessions that I'm getting FOMO from. So I'm going to catch up with that as well. A great reminder to consider the accessibility, especially with CAPTCHA. Yeah, that's so true. Some things that we might just overlook. And this is an important reminder. As devs, we have a very important responsibility with accessibility. Yeah, loving this. What about you, Rashmi? What was something that you enjoyed learning today?
Oh yeah. So I mean, as you see in the comments and as you touched, I think application security, the pre-signed URL was like one key takeaway, in front end development. And I also attended the session where Android testing. So I mean, testing is really very important for anything, right? So talking about Android testing was also a good learning experience. So that was altogether a different concept. So yeah, I mean, I think too many things now when I think about it. Maybe I should start making a note of all that I learned. So yeah, a great session, great day actually.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot of learning and a lot of reflecting. And speaking of which, I'm going to ask you a similar question. So, what are some skills that you are inspired to work on after the summit? So, I can see a lot of great answers here. And for me, I like Claudia's talk. I like Claudia's talk on, getting out of the tutorial hell and, building something. And that has me inspired to work on a project that we have in the mobile track. So we have this ongoing series for Combine, which is a reactive framework in the iOS world. And yeah, and just last in the last session, we decided to work on a project and then get back together and discuss it. So thanks to Claudia's session, I'm really motivated to get done with reading the book and just get started on the project already. So that's something that I'm left motivated to work on. Um, and yeah, also like the mindfulness break is a good reminder on just taking those few moments to catch your breath, turn your eyes away from the screens, in fact, because not just all these devices, but even your mobile phone and iPad and whatever it is that you use and engage with. Luz, I'm sure you're also left inspired. So, what are some things that you would like to work on after today's summit?
Well, definitely, I would like to increase my accessibility skills. It's a topic, it's one of my favorite topics as a front-end developer. But also, I would like to give a chance to React with GraphQL. One thing that Nancy mentioned is that it is, as a front end developer, it might be intimidating to get into backend development. I share that feeling. But yeah, I feel inspired to give it a chance and not being afraid of a particular topic.
Yeah. And Sarah says, inspired to dust off some incomplete personal projects. I think most of us are guilty of that. You have so many abandoned projects. But yeah, you should always consider revisiting those. This is another tough question for you, but what were your favorite sessions? And I know it's not easy to choose because I think they all were incredible. But what was something that really stuck out amongst today's sessions? Do you have any takeaways from those? Like for me personally, while moderating Michaela's session on Swifty tips, um, I was really excited to try mini maps in Xcode. This is a feature that I've usually just neglected. I didn't even really give it thought. So that's something I'm going to try as soon as I open Xcode. And also, Wui's session had me thinking about custom designs, and hopefully, I get to play more with SwiftUI in the future. What about you, Rashmi?
Oh yes, I think I would like to prioritize the importance of mindfulness in a tech-based industry because technical skills we all keep talking about it all the while, but I think mindfulness was such an amazing thing. So that's one thing, and I also think reflecting on accessibility because I always know for any app development or mobile app development, web app, mobile app, it's really important that we kind of consider accessibility to make sure everyone's getting the best experience out of it. So I think I'd really like to go back and reflect on that as well going forward before I make any UI specific considerations. So yeah, I think these are my top things.
Yeah.
Take home.
With that, I want to say a big thank you to everyone. We would not have been able to support this event without our incredible volunteers, moderators, and the review committee behind selecting the speakers. Our design team created our graphics and the conference swag. By the way, you should definitely check out the swag. I'm really loving the tees that we all are wearing here. And also a big thank you to the social team that promoted every talk and the partnerships team that supported our sponsors. A lot definitely goes behind the scenes for an event like this. With that, I think we're just going to wrap up and get into our networking sessions. I cannot believe it. Summit is getting close to an end. Of course, we have a lot of stuff to look forward to in the networking, and then getting back to staying in touch in our different tracks and our Slack groups. So yeah, thank you so much. A big shout out to everyone at Women Who Code who made this day possible. So thank you so much.